Kia ora, Capricorn, and welcome to your November 2015 Taroscope reading with me. Wherever you guys are listening around the world, I hope you are fit and well and have some time to sit back and relax and see what messages come your way. I was just thinking that I think of Capricorns as being the salt of the earth, with your grounded earth sign energy and your stability and your strength and determination to get through things. So we have three beautiful stones in the background, all extremely different. They just ended up in here for your reading. This is the beautiful sandstone, or this one has been coloured blue, so it's a blue sandstone energy, and the pointing wands, or the wands, are very useful for physical healing, any type of healing, because they direction energy into this fine point. This is a beautiful fire agate heart, helps with the energies of the base chakra and the sacral chakra. And this is a calcite rhomboid, which is a particularly interesting shape. It has to do with the geometric aspects of life and our cellular inference and our DNA, as well as life itself, actually. So anyhow, guys, this month we're using the Rider-Waite deck, as you can see before you. We will do the same layout as last month because everyone seemed to really enjoy that. So let's do a little bit more shuffling with intent for you guys and see what's coming your way for November. We're working towards the end of the year, so we see the energies of the vibration of 2015 come to an end, and we'll be thinking, to ourselves individually about what we're doing in 2016 and where we'll be headed as well. So those type of energies and feelings start to come into place towards the end of any given year. Your first card, which is the current position you find yourself in, the Seven of Cups. Your second card is what you expect, or what you expect out of life at the moment. There's the Ace of Swords for you. Your third card is what you don't expect, a surprise of some sort. Your fourth position is the immediate future, and that will be sort of for the overall energies of November. And your fifth card is the energies in the longer term future, or leading you through to December. Okay, Capricorn, two major arcanas, two swords and a cup. So let's start with this first card over here. This is how you find yourself as you're moving into November with the Seven of Cups. Often this card talks about the fact that there are many possibilities or offers coming your way, or there is a degree of confusion about perhaps what direction you should be going in, what offer to take, what is most appealing. You've got your back turned to a degree of everything that's going on, and you're sort of focused on these offers. Sometimes it suggests to us to slow down, look at everything, look into it carefully as well. Make sure that you do all your research on whatever one of these particular fantasies, if you like, or desires that you're going to pick, and make sure it's the right one for you. Some of them will be, and others won't, so you have to make a good selection here. And I think intuitive feeling comes into this a little bit, so trust in your instincts and trust in your intuitive ability. Also maybe listening to other people and seeing what their perspective is as well may help. I think if we thought of it from anything like health or money, it just tells you to be a little bit cautious along all of those lines. Kind of stick to protocol, I think, is a good way of making decisions. Write things down, work through it logically, as opposed to using your emotions. Use your intelligence and your words and your knowledge when you make these decisions. Same as your health, same as your money. It all kind of swings in the same feeling here. The next card is what you expect out of life at the moment. This is the Ace of Swords. The aces are generally good because they promote newness into us. This one comes with a bit of a thrust, and you can literally see that. The sword is being held up there, and this hand is sort of, yes, champion, I've got it, I've gained it. There's a crown on the top with these two leaves or branches hanging off it. The Ace of Swords gives us the feeling that you have conquered something, but at a cost. Sometimes there have been an argument along the way, or that you've gained a step forward through legal manners, like you may have had a legal document process that came out in your favour, which could be to do with matrimony or divorces or property perspectives, or even business-wise. Whatever it is, it says that yes, at this stage you're probably going to be in a winning position. So maybe many of you feel that this is coming, that you're making the steps forward and that you've got it under control, and you're going to be able to go forward with a clear picture in line, with some success. And that is exactly what this card suggests. Yes, it does mean that you'll probably leave something behind, but it wasn't serving you for your best anyhow. Health-wise, it's the same, fairly aggressive feeling there, as if you're like, I'm into this, I'm going to give it all my go, I'm going to start this new regime, I'm going to, pump it. So there's that whole feeling there as well, which is good. It's a good way to be. It's lots of energy, it's lots of action, it's determination, it's seeing things through, and it's making decisions. The third card is what you do not expect, a surprise of some sort. Well, we see the Devil card here, and he is a major arcana, and we quite often think of him as relationships, because he's sort of sitting above these two that would appear to be connected and chained one way or another. So it's an interesting card to look at in the surprise position. It makes me think that perhaps you will be thinking of this situation that some of you may be in. Now, often he gives us the sign of bondage one way or another, or being trapped into situations that aren't levering us in the best possible way, and there's a little bit of this feeling in this card, so it's mimicking itself a little bit for you in November. This could be a time when you perhaps address these things, or you think about them more, or they rise to the surface one way or another and your attention is brought to them. They quite often indicate unhealthy patterns that we need to rebalance, bring the balance back in, whether it's we're working too much and not giving enough of ourselves to the rest of our people in our lives, or our own personal happy enjoyment. We could be addicted to a certain food or beverage or drug or obsession, shopping, anything like that. We could be being treated unfairly in a relationship, and that it's not balanced. So there seems to be this time in November where you may have the opportunity to bring balance back into something that is out of harmony in your life. And it could be, as we say, an unexpected energy that's coming in. Gives you time to think about it, contemplate it, give it a swift bit of this, this determination action, as if you're going to see it through and make the most of it and rebalance anything that was not serving you best. The fourth card is where you are in the immediate future, or the overall energies, if you like, of November. And the Temperance card right next to this one, I think it feels like a dual message here. We're talking about balance again, and it's balance of everything: emotions, thought processes, spirituality and physicality, your physical body, your eating, your diet patterns, your sleeping, what you're putting into your body. Do any of you need to uplift a new course of healthy eating, or vitamins or minerals? Is there something depleted in your body? Like a lot of us have depletion in various ways because our foods are not that rich any longer in the good minerals that we need. So sometimes you have to go and buy tablets or mineral drops or something along those lines. There's also the possibility that, again, you've overworked somewhere. This all comes into it. There's a message here in this card. I often think about taking on water, so making sure you're really hydrated, and that helps to eke out any poisons, any negativity, any sort of bad vibrations. It also really helps cellular growth, helps re-stimulate the body and keep us with energy levels in as well, because we're 90% water and we often forget that, so water's really important. She's teetering on the grass and into the water, and we see this beautiful sunrise in the background, and also this spiritual connection up here through the head. So some of you may be getting thoughts or feelings about your whole life pattern. You know, where do you want to go? Are you reinvigorating some spiritual part of your soul or your life's journey? Are you looking into that perspective? There's a lot in this card because it's a major arcana. So November feels as though you guys are coming to some sort of change or decision about where you're going in your future, which is sort of what I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, that November, as we move into the end of the year, we can often get these feelings of introspection about our next few months ahead in life, and it feels like you guys might have some of this on your mind. It's a good time to be thinking about it as we move into the new vibrations. For December, you're moving into this card here that arrives, and this is the Eight of Swords, and this person looks a little bit forlorn, a little bit like, oh, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Maybe it's because you've spent a lot of time over here earlier in the month reassessing a few strategies that have made you decide, yeah, maybe I was on the wrong path, or maybe I do need some sort of assistance in going forward. But if you look closely, she has blindfold on here. She only needs to get it off. These aren't tied very tightly. She's kind of tying herself in. It's as if she's not really allowing herself to see the future. So a lot of this is about your own perspective and your own vision, coming back again to work from within and your own intuitive feeling. So your pathway isn't actually blocked. It's more about how you see it. It's about, if you can, turning the cup. If you have a cup on a table with water in it and it's half full, do you see the cup as half empty, or do you see it as half full? It's kind of about that, just flipping over the paradigms and trying to create any negative vibration that you think is there into a positive, because it's literally that simple. It shows us that there's nothing major, that you can work through it and you can walk through it. Sometimes it indicates that there is a feeling of anxiety, and if that's the case, we come back to this card here, bringing in the balance again, knowing to have enough rest, knowing to take time out, rebalance the body with good foods, hydrate it all, everything else. And maybe this comes about because it is a very busy time of year for a lot of people. You know, we come up to Christmas, there's a lot of functions and partyings, there's holidays, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Sometimes companies shut down for a couple of weeks, there's school holidays. It's like, everything's going on. But it is workable and you can get through it. You just have to strategize everything. Strategize it, balance it. Don't let it get on top of you. Turn it into a positive and take one step at a time, which is exactly what she will do, and she has started to take the step there. So there you go, guys. That is a kind of a busy month for you message wise, but what we're going to do to finish off for your reading, we will use these lovely cards here. These are the energy cards, and we will see what message is going to come out for your energy reading. I'll shuffle them a little bit. They're very big, so my hands aren't that big. They're not that easy to shuffle. We'll shuffle it and see what comes out, what message is there for just sort of a support or a positive vibration message for you guys. Compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance and gentleness. And I think this is a really nice card for you guys. It's about compassion for yourself, I especially think. I'm going to put that great big heart on there for you. The words on the card are caring, empathy, acceptance and gentleness, and I think those words especially are for you, because it feels as though you might be giving yourself a little bit of a rev up in November. But I'm going to read the words for you because they're very calming and soothing and cathartic anyhow. So here's the story of the card. With its roots in the mud and a stem reaching up through murky waters, The lotus flower rises above the surface to open its heaven-scented petals. At night it will close and retreat once again into the waters, only to emerge at dawn, untouched by impurity as it openly shares its pristine beauty to the world. The lotus reveals to us a model for enlightenment through the grace and power of compassion. Now the card message is, the Latin word for compassion literally means co-suffering. This card is not an invitation to suffer, but rather to allow yourself and others to rise up beyond sufferings through the light of genuine empathy and understanding. The call to compassion is a call to accept people and situations for who they are and where they are at. As we let go of judgment and the need to fix a situation or to label things as good or bad, we begin to realise that every situation carries with it a gift and that we each have unique lessons to learn. By judging or focusing on each other's faults, we contribute to keeping each other stuck in those places. Often our lack of acceptance of other people stems from a deeper judgment of ourselves. As we learn to see and treat each other in our highest light, we help open the passage for each to find his or her way up into the sun. So before you judge someone for their shortcomings or mistakes, take a moment to genuinely feel what it's like to stand in their shoes. Experience the world as they might and allow yourself to drop into a space of compassion. Yes, it is also time to have compassion with yourself. Treat yourself with the same love and acceptance that you would share with someone that you deeply care about. Talk to yourself in a loving way. Encourage yourself. Look for the positive in your life. Remember that you are human and you are learning, growing and evolving each day. So love your humanness and support each rising step on this journey with compassion. Honour yourself and others with this flower of compassion. So there you are, Capricorn. I think November just is a month for you to love yourself firstly and foremostly. I think that's a very important message. And then, feel into any situations that come up, give a bit of empathy and compassion into that situation as well, and you will find things will move more positively. So thank you all for watching and subbing and liking. I love doing these for you. It is a true gift for me to be able to help and just offer a little bit of light. If any of you want a private reading, follow the link below the web page. And other than that, take care everyone. I will see you in December for the end of year readings. So ka kite noa, much aroha, namaste.